welcome to another edition of GW Unspoken, where we discuss stuff we don't typically talk about but probably should. And we're here for episode 4 of our Mindfulness series, series 10. And we're going to talk about, well, the truth. The truth that parenting blogs and school newsletters probably don't tell you. And, you know, it's just not for you. It's just not for your kids or just for your family. It's actually for the tiny humans that you're raising while you're not, well, you're probably trying to lose your mind. And if you're like me, there's been plenty of days when you felt like your parenting style was somewhere between semi-feral and just surviving. I mean, let's talk about how mindfulness helps us parents better. It helps us parent better, model better, regulate ourselves so we don't pass down our chaos. But here's a problem. We talk a lot about kids being dysregulated and out of control and having emotional tornadoes. But here's the truth, and here's the uncomfortable truth. Kids actually mirror us. There's something in the brain called mirror neurons. And even from a young age, young babies actually copy what we do. So if we're anxious, reactive, or on edge, guess what? They absorb it. Because emotions are contagious and regulation is relational. Have you ever yelled out, "Oi, calm down," for example, at your children or your child when you're clearly not calm? Guilty as charged. And that's where mindfulness comes in. Not as a magical parenting fix, but as a break in the pattern. And when we practice mindfulness, we do something incredible. We shift our internal chemistry. And here's what mindfulness has been scientifically proven to increase. Number one, serotonin. And that's the stuff that sort of boosts our mood and improves emotional stability. We all love that feeling of, or that rush of serotonin. Oxytocin, that's another hormone that strengthens our bonding and connection. And it's vital for our parent-child relationships. When we have a cuddle or we feel connected, we release lots of oxytocin. And I've talked about it plenty of times in classrooms where teachers need to have more group work, where kids, number one, they love being around their peers, especially as teenagers, but it makes them feel connected. And here's another one. It's called DHEA. It reduces the aging effects and improves stress resilience. So all parents out there, I'm pretty sure we all want to be looking better as well and making sure we're not aging as much. And here's another one. This is probably one of the major ones we talked about, and that's decreasing our cortisol, that stress hormone that floods your body when you're yelling about lunchboxes or screen time or, you know, just trying to get your kids off technology. So all of our bodies, all of our reactions, all the way we behave and our mood is regulated or dysregulated by these hormones. And, you know, it doesn't stop with us. Here's research. You know, I'd like to connect some research in here. So the Journal of Child and Family Studies show that parents practice regular mindfulness. If they do, children show better emotional regulation, increased empathy, that's a big one, and reduced behavioral issues. So even when the kids never formally learn mindfulness themselves, the parent's regulation shapes that child's nervous system over time because of that connection, because of those mirror neurons. So just let that land for a bit. Your inner stillness becomes their outer safety. But here's another thing, that's something that bothers me. We keep taking our kids, you know, or telling our kids, hey, calm down and use their words or breathe, regulate. But many of them are growing up in homes where adults are emotionally unavailable, reactive, or disconnected. And we're asking them to master a skill when we ourselves haven't fully embodied these emotions. So this doesn't make us bad parents. It just makes us human. But it does mean we need to take responsibility and be aware of this. Because kids don't learn emotional regulation through lectures. They learn it through watching you. They're watching you as a parent and take a breath instead of snapping. They learn it from feeling that you have when you calm, you go back to calm from your chaos. So look, don't get me wrong. Practicing mindfulness in a household with kids, believe me, with 4 kids, it is tough. It's less Zen retreat and more like Woolies on a Saturday. Mindfulness may look like, you know, sitting on the toilet for 60 seconds of silence or taking 3 deep breaths before answering a question you've already asked probably 11 times. Maybe choosing not to fight over mismatched socks. That's one for me. But look, it counts. You don't need a retreat. You just need those little moments where kids can see you and mirror those and see, hey, it's okay to escalate, but then how do you actually get back from that escalation? So, you know, how do we build this mindfulness into our family without the drama or the fluff? Here's number one. How about model it? Don't mandate it. Kids won't do what you say. They'll do what you consistently live by. So you breathing through a moment is more powerful than 10 mindful kids books. Number 2, use everyday rituals. Try a 30-second mindful moment at the dinner table, in the car, or while brushing your teeth. Like, what do you notice right now? What's one thing you're grateful for today, for example? That's mindfulness. It's not deep. It's just consistent. And that's where our kids will learn from that. And how about number 3? Narrate your regulation. Instead of silently calming down, say, I'm feeling frustrated. So name it. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm going to take 3 breaths. This teaches kids that emotions are actually okay and manageable. We've got to understand with our kids, it's okay to have escalation. It's part of our human nature. It's the cortisol goes through our body. But what can we do to actually manage that? So here we are. Here's it with our 3 prompts this week. So again, I encourage you to write these down, because once you start writing things down, they get measured and they improve. Number 1, how do I typically respond when I feel overwhelmed? And how does that shape the emotional tone in my home? So what do you do? What do you typically do? Number 2, what simple mindfulness habits could you introduce into your family life this week that feels doable and not forced? What feels normalized, what you can do? And your kids can actually see that. And number 3, if you were to narrate your own regulation more often, what might shift in your connection with your child or children? What would it look like? How would it feel? And I wonder, if you do it this week, will the tone of your household change? Please make sure you write that in the comments. Because mindfulness isn't about becoming the perfect parent. It's about becoming a present one. You're not failing if you lose it sometimes. You're not. You're human, and everyone's doing their best with that. And the best thing you can do with your family is not about perfection. It's about being presence. And I'm Gary on GW Unspoken, and we're here to talk about the messy, magical, and mindful moments that shape the way we live. And again, thanks for joining us for this episode.